Good morning and welcome to Coffee Ann, the longest-running panel discussion show in American radio. To make a comment or ask a question of the panel, call 401-766-1240 or email coffee@woonsocketradio.com. And now, let's join the Coffee Ann panel.
We shall do that right now. It's Coffee Ann here on ON, AM, and FM. Monday morning, it's June 26th in the year 2023. Thanks for joining us on the Coffee Ann program. My name is Joe Callahan. Across the table from me, Mr. Dave Richards. Hello there, Dave.
Well, hello there, Joe. Good morning, everybody. Lovely day.
And we expect Melissa Murray to be joining us.
To my left is an empty chair.
So Melissa will be here soon.
Melissa will be here as soon as she can get here.
All right.
But you know how it is sometimes, trying to get somewhere on time in the morning.
I know. You get behind those school buses. Oh, wait, there aren't any.
Wait a minute. Yeah.
Nope, not that.
Must be some other
not
reason.
Today. All right. Just in case you're heading down to Warwick, there's no lights. A truck has hit 2 utility poles in Warwick. So
Two,
yeah. So
well, gee whiz, you should never go halfway, I suppose.
That's right. Get both if you're going to take everything out. So at the corner of Messer Street and Bath Street. I don't know where that is in Warwick, but
yeah.
Just in case that's what's going on down there. So over the weekend, Friday, we had the Levitt Amp Woonsocket Music Series that went off. Even there was a threat of rain throughout the whole week, but Meg was doing her sun dance, I think, and kept most of the rain away. So good for her. Thanks, Meg.
She's real good at that, I'll tell you.
And the concert went off
She's
at
amazing.
River Island Art Park. Well, I'm not going to say without a hitch, but it went off there, and everything went.
It went off nicely.
It went off swimmingly, right there.
Well,
From the concert point of view.
right.
Yeah.
Everything went off fine. Sure. They had better time than we did.
Only had little issues, huh?
Well, we had a little problem. I guess, ultimately it's my responsibility because I'm calling the shots. But I said, I don't want the cameras out in the rain. And I see a little cell that could, give us a shower coming this way. So let's not put the cameras out just yet. And then, of course, at 5:25, the threat was over. Put the cameras out. And wouldn't you know, we ran into a little adversity. So things weren't ready at 6 o'clock, unfortunately. But we were on the air on time, and everything sounded fine.
All right, good.
The pictures caught up with us in a few minutes after that.
That's important. So we look forward to another show this coming Friday night with Steve Smith and The Naked Truth.
Where do you get the power outage down in Warwick, by the way?
Well, I'm making an assumption here that when the truck hits the utility poles,
when that
knock out
happens,
some
I
power.
do like a lot of our listeners do. We go to woonsocketradio.com, click on the power outages thing, and you have an instant map for just open the map and there it is, and you can zoom right in. And it'll show you all the power outages, how many people are affected, when, if someone is if someone is dispatched from is it National Grid now? No, it's Rhode Island Energy. Okay, if someone is dispatched to tend to the matter, and when they expect to have it out.
And you see nothing on their site?
Nothing in Warwick. There's one in Providence on the east side.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well.
So how is it? Good morning.
Hi, Melissa.
So how is it that...
And to my left this morning is Melissa Murray.
I'm just remembering. Do you remember that epic power outage that we had in Woonsocket because of a squirrel? Do you remember that? It was a few years ago.
I never considered it epic. I'm not sure exactly how...
Like almost all of Woonsocket was out. Maybe it was just like the north end in vicinity.
That's right.
Right. Because of a squirrel. And I'm wondering...
This is normal.
This is
seriously.
bigger than a squirrel. This is a truck.
Yeah, right. So a truck hits 2 poles, but Warwick's like, yeah, we're fine.
But there's no... All power's fine? Oh, okay. Well, things are good down there.
Yeah,
Warwick.
all good. All
right.
Well, listen, I'm telling
it's
you.
good because it's a little cloudy out and,
Let me just put it to you this way. Let me just put it to you this way. The electric grid has to have protection systems for lightning strikes. And the first and most obvious way is to have spark gap arresters. Spark gap arresters are seldom much more than 2 to 4 inches in the gap, and your average squirrel is 8 to 12, including tail. when they decide to walk across that air gap, it's crispy critters.
Yeah.
And if they take long enough to crisp up, it will trip a further circuit breaker, which will take the system down, and a further circuit breaker because part of the system's down. And that's how you get those larger power outages, because you have to protect the system. And so, yeah, so a squirrel can do that. You know, a kid with a stick can do that. We always pray they don't.
Right. That's a terrible thought.
No, you can. I mean, seriously, that's
Yeah. No.
that is dangerous stuff. Those
Yeah,
transformers
it
and
is.
stuff.
It
Very
is. It
dangerous
is.
stuff.
All right,
That's why they put them on very tall poles so the kids can't
Yeah,
get
right.
up there.
Jim.
with lots of signs that say "Stay away, stay
High
away."
voltage.
Yeah, high voltage.
All right, we got a question for Melissa. I don't know if you want to comment on it or not. It's
Okay.
certainly up to you. But one of your colleagues got in a little bit of trouble
Oh,
last
yes.
Friday.
Yep,
Senator
yep.
from Cranston was arrested.
Yes,
I can't
yep.
remember his name.
Miller.
Okay. Was arrested for vandalism,
Mm-hmm.
accused of keying a car at Garden City.
So
Wow.
Right. I heard that it was taking off a bumper sticker, and then I heard it was keying a car. So
Okay.
I don't have the particulars. Either one of those is not appropriate for an adult.
So he's. I didn't.
Did you?
I didn't hear the bumper sticker right. So
Okay.
So that is allegedly taking off the bumper, a bumper sticker of like his opponent, or
No,
On
it
someone
was.
else's
It's,
no
car?
it
opponents
said
right
no.
All
It
right.
was a anti-Biden bumper
Bumper
sticker
sticker,
that
okay.
what is a not nice phrase.
okay, all right, I get it.
Yeah.
So he was taking it upon himself to remove it.
That's what
From
I
someone
heard,
else's car.
but then
Wow,
then I
okay.
heard
But
keying,
I
keying the
read the
car.
keying
So
the
I'm
car.
not sure what actually happened. But
All right. Well, he'll have his day in court, right?
sure, yeah.
All right. Well, I guess that's a little warning to the rest of you. Don't do that.
No, that's probably not something that I would think was a good idea.
All right.
You know, I see many bumper sticker that I don't like. I've had my
So,
car vandalized because of a bumper sticker.
On it? Yeah. On
yeah,
your car?
Yeah, absolutely.
How
Yep.
do you know the vandalism was related to the bumper sticker?
Because my hatch was kicked in right on top of the bumper sticker, and
All right.
it was like kind of torn off a little bit, but not all the way. So, yeah,
All right.
it wasn't even offensive to me,
No.
but
Somebody else.
was very. It was a gay pride sticker. So
Okay.
yeah, I mean, it was just like it didn't have anything specifically like pro or
I wonder
anti
what
any
happens to
candidate.
those cars. We've all been behind them on the road that have just sticker after sticker after sticker after sticker on the windows, on the sides, on the trunk, on
Yeah,
the
I've seen
bumper.
those too.
Right.
And most of them have some sort of vulgar meaning. And I wonder what happens to those cars when they're just,
Maybe it's just like
shall
too
we
much.
say, festooned.
Yeah. Maybe just put another sticker over the dent. Nobody notices.
But I'm always thinking, what, if you go to turn in your car to get another car, does this devalue your car? Well, now we have to go in and get all these stickers off.
Well, after that, I did find a good thing to do is if you want to put a bumper sticker on your car, to put it on a magnetic strip, and then you can just slap it on your car.
Oh, okay.
And then you can take it off easily also.
All right.
Little tip there.
Thanks, Melissa.
You're
All right.
welcome.
we did get a note that was called in, 766-1240. And it just says, no, I did not hear this. And looking at the source, I'm wondering if it's supposed to be amusing. The source is Mark Patinkin, columnist for the Providence Journal, who has been known to write humorous articles. And it just says that U.S. Senator Jack Reed, no longer able to afford his mortgage on a senatorial salary, has announced plans to step down and join the Rhode Island Foundation as David Cicilline's assistant. This has got to be a joke.
Yeah,
That
I'm
Mark-
sure
that
it is.
Mark is writing.
I'm sure it
Yeah.
is.
Because this has made no other news that this is happening. So
No, that's just
maybe he saw how much money David was making and said, hey,
It's more than they pay a congressman.
pay the or senator.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or let me get in on this. So yeah. But no, Jack Reed has not stepped down
No.
and will not be joining David Cicilline at the Rhode Island Foundation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not that I've
Hello.
heard.
Well, we could. you
Funny
know,
stuff though, Mark.
But then if he did, Dan McKee could actually appoint someone to replace him in the interim.
Yes, that hasn't happened. So
Governor can't do that with a congressman, but with a senator they can.
can.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was the rule.
Yeah,
Okay.
so far.
Yeah.
But anytime anybody uses a rule, somebody starts something to try to change the
So
rule
You can't do it.
so that you can't do it. Yeah, right. That's just that's life in the sandbox. I'll tell you.
All right. Big story over the weekend. Bear sighting in Pawtucket.
Yeah.
Actually, it's the bear
More
from
than a
Mass.
bear sighting.
Well, I know they tranquilized it, but this is the bear that's been roaming around Massachusetts. I think. It's
You think it's the same bear?
I think it's because it was on the Attleboro Pawtucket line, so I think it just wandered
Okay.
over.
Okay.
So I'm thinking it's the same one, but it was tranquilized, and when it fell out of the tree, and they went and got it, whoever they are, and relocated it. They don't say where, but they brought it to another place, let him sleep or her sleep it off, get up and start foraging for food over here.
But there's been a bear also in Woonsocket.
Well, that hasn't been
That's right.
confirmed. I mean, the police said they got calls, but there's as the internet age goes on, it says if there's no picture of it, it didn't happen. Have you
Right,
heard that?
right. No, yes, I did, and I saw that the Woonsocket Police Department did post a picture and then had a little
Yeah,
note.
this is what a bear
not
looks
the
like."
this is not the actual bear.
That's right. But this is what the black bears look like in case
Right.
you happen to see it.
Right, and also stay away from it.
And stay away from it if you see this.
Yes.
So, no official bear sightings in Woonsocket.
Okay.
Doesn't mean there isn't one here.
Sure. I don't doubt that.
But and I don't think they relocated this one to.
To Woonsocket?
To Woonsocket.
No, I don't think that would happen.
All right. So, new law that's gone into effect. You must have approved this. Well, maybe you didn't, but I'm thinking you did approve this one, Melissa. All state park admission fees for Gold Star families
Yes,
free.
that's right.
Okay. You vote
Yes.
in affirmative for this one? Okay.
yes.
Those are the families who have lost loved ones during wars or military operations. And just says that free admission to state-owned facilities is just a small way to say thanks. So,
Yeah.
So this is a good thing. How do you show that you're a Gold Star family? How do they prove that?
It probably would have to be on the honor system, but
All right.
that's a good question. And every time you pass a law, enforcement. Who's going to
Well,
enforce
yeah,
it?
I always
right?
ask, well,
Who's going to enforce it? Who's going to make sure? Right.
I mean, you got Timmy Smith down there at Scarborough, collecting money and parking cars, and someone pulls up, "Oh, I'm a Gold Star family." Well, what's he supposed to do?
Right.
Just take their word for it? Oh, all right, and who? I hope someone tells them that this is a new law and they're supposed to get it for free. He could be standing there not knowing.
Oh,
And
right.
say, well, that's nice.
Right.
Where's my $20 still?
Yeah, that could be a problem if it's not passed down to the appropriate
Down to the people
folks.
that, yeah. All right. And it's called the law that was previously passed, designated third Sunday in October as Gold Star Family Day here in Rhode Island. So okay, so that's nice. So
Show you what you can do with social media there, Joe.
what can we do?
You had a social media post that there was power outage in Warwick.
Yeah.
There isn't.
There isn't one.
According to Rhode Island Energy, our power there is down near Matunic. There is in South Kingstown. 2 people without power. There's 2 people on the
people.
east side of Providence, and there's 22 people on Summer Street in Woonsocket without power, and the
Oh,
crew
no.
has been assigned.
Oh,
The squirrel's back.
But there's no power outage in Warwick.
Does Warwick use Rhode Island Power, or do they have their
Rhode
own?
Island Energy?
Everywhere in
Yeah,
Rhode
everybody
Island
does,
uses
yeah.
Rhode Island
Everyone,
Energy.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a
There's
package deal.
Yep.
Everyone gets
They're
it.
the monopoly.
Everyone
It does
suffers
sound like
together.
a monopoly. I was going to
Yes,
say that.
it is.
Okay.
And not only that, but they have lame regulators who just say yes sir, 3 bags full. And when the legislature gets back in session, one of the things I'd love to see them do is to take the PUC apart and put it back together again with common sense, because they are not advocates for the consumer, in my opinion, in the least.
Can that
in
be
my
done, Melissa?
opinion.
It can be done.
Yeah. Okay.
It can be.
You
all right.
see the
Let's-
rates
let's
in Rhode
break it
Island.
down and
You see the
rebuild it
rates in
again.
Connecticut and Massachusetts. We're all
just-
getting it from the same place.
And it's just-
It
it's
all
over the-
has to
it's all
do
over the place.
with a. I wanted to say payoff. I got to be careful about that. These folks have very, very expensive lawyers. I won't say that, but what I say, it looks like shady dealings in
All right.
Rhode Island when they let the power company that just came in. First of all, they ripped them off and they brutalize and financially rape this company for permission to buy the old company, and then they let them raise the
Raise the
power
rates.
rates to get the money back. Now, this is not being an advocate for consumers.
Right, and we do
That's
have.
my opinion.
Yep, we do have the power to
Oh, okay. Dismantle
dismantle the
Oh,
bring it up
PUC.
again.
Yeah,
General
legislative
Assembly?
power. They sure do.
The
Yep.
General Assembly can do any stupid thing they set their mind to, but they can also do some smart things if they put their mind to that.
All right. Break time here at Coffee and. Comments and questions can be called in at 766-1240.
At Dean Bank, their focus is on helping their customers achieve financial success. Dean Bank is a full-service bank, so they're able to deliver solutions that solve financial problems of all shapes and sizes. And as your neighbor, it's their mission to make a positive impact within the communities where they live and work. Dean Bank offers scholarships to students from participating schools, sponsor local charitable organizations, and more. Visit one of their local Blackstone Valley branches in Bellingham and Blackstone today, or find us online at deanbank.com. Dean Bank, it's my bank. Hi, this is Joe Callahan, your maitre d' inside the Tiki Bar, letting you know the Tiki Bar is now open 2 days a week on ON, AM, and FM, Saturdays at noon, and a replay Mondays at 6. The Tiki Bar is sponsored by attorney Bob Lauder, the Carew Investment Group, Family Discount Furniture, and Pepin Lumber. Here's your chance to catch 1 full hour of Jimmy Buffett music inside the Tiki Bar, Saturdays at noon and Mondays at 6 on ON, AM, and FM. The Coffee and Panel is enjoying coffee from Down East Coffee in Pawtucket. They're a 62-year-old family business that roasts all its coffee right here in Rhode Island. Founded originally as Excellent Coffee Company, they provide great coffee to food service establishments throughout New England.
You can depend on us for public service. ON Radio.
It is Coffee and on ON, AM, and FM. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callahan here with Melissa Murray and Dave Richards. And, well,
And
we've all
Melissa
been-
Murray.
I said that first.
Okay. And
did.
Melissa
And-
You
Murray.
did.
And now I think we've all been, at least in one time or another, we've all stepped inside a Dollar Tree store.
Yes.
Okay. It's the Dollar Tree over here at Park Square, right?
Yes, on the
I
corner.
honestly
Yep.
don't know.
The one where the guy drove through the car.
That's right.
Or
That's the one.
There's
the
a
one.
dollar store and a
I know.
dollar
You
store
gotta
and a
just
dollar
try-
store.
Well, I'm trying to get them correct.
The
Which
different
one?
ones, they're owned by the same company. So I just don't
Well, I
even
don't
pay
know.
attention anymore.
Is Dollar General owned by?
I don't
the
know.
same company that owns
Family Dollar
Tree?
and Dollar Tree are owned by the same company.
Well, I got to get them separated because Dollar Tree's having a tough time here in Rhode Island. First of all, this happened over there, but they've been cited by OSHA 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In 1 year. At least not at all at the same location. The latest, a $3,000 fine proposed after inspection at the store on Tioga Avenue in Coventry. And they've also fined Dollar Tree for failure to provide safe work conditions at locations in Pawtucket and East Providence.
Do they say specifically what the violations
They don't
were?
say what it was, but I've been inside Dollar Tree, and things are just stacked everywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
And I understand they're busy and they're probably short-staffed, and when they want to get the product out as quickly as they can, and so, but OSHA shows up and said you can't just
You
leave
can't
it in
just
the
leave
aisle.
this in the aisle when you go right. Well, the thing about Dollar Tree that I have noticed, and this is pre-pandemic, is they always have just one person at the checkout.
And it's a big sacrifice for them to open up a register.
Oh my goodness! Right? I've
Yeah. It's
never
It's
seen
go
hardly
over there and
ever
open up
seen.
a register. Jeez, I got no time for this.
They say that.
You
They
get
got- I
the,
got
you
no
get the
time to
impression.
ring
And
the
there's
register?
right,
You get
and
the
there's
impression that
nobody.
I can't be bothered. I got a stacked shelf. I can't be bothered checking
Yeah.
people out.
Yeah, yeah. So they run lean, right? To
Yeah.
to keep profits high.
Higher, yeah.
Higher, yeah, high. I'm sure they're high. I mean, a lot of their stuff is plastic from China. I'm sure they're,
They buy it on
if they
10
weren't
cents on
making
the
money, they
dollar,
wouldn't be
so-
doing it, right?
Well, right.
So
But there is no more dollars stuff.
I know that's
It's all a
buck
dollar.
right, it's
and
all
a quarter.
$1.25.
So that you won't notice when it goes to $1.50.
Yeah. That's why they say we're not the dollar store.
Anymore,
We're the
right.
Dollar Tree. Because that's somehow supposed to delineate
Which means it's either going to
Oh,
be
okay.
$1 or $3, right?
No,
tree.
Only in Woonsocket.
Oh, that was good.
it's like
And
five.
West Warwick, where they still talk with an accent.
It's like Five Below. And,
Yeah, right.
So everything's not Five Below?
oh no, some things are 10.
No,
That's
no.
right.
I haven't been there
But
in a
that's
really long
five
time.
below what it would have been.
Yeah.
I guess.
Well, just be careful if you head over to a Dollar Tree that OSHA's looking at
Yeah.
what they do. So
I'm not
There's-
surprised.
There's no guilt at all because, you know,
yeah.
F.W. Woolworth started off with a 5-cent store where everything was 5 cents.
then it goes up. Then
We
it's a
were
5
not
and
even
9.
on the planet way after they changed that.
Yeah.
He survived it, they'll survive it.
All right. So the other thing going on over the weekend, and people will use new technology always to do bad things. And this guy down in Cranston, a convicted sex offender, used a drone
Oh.
to spy on his next door neighbor in the bathroom
Oh.
while she was taking a shower. Now, the resident could hear the humming of the drone. They make
do.
noise.
They
Yeah.
do.
And when she went outside to investigate, of course, the guy running the thing tries to have it fly away. It flies into a tree. It falls to the ground. She grabs it. This is a smart lady. Grabs it, throws it in the pool.
And then submerges it in the
It
pool.
keeps it down, so it ruins it. I've said, what? Brilliant.
It's not flying anymore.
All right. And authorities accredited the victim with the quick thinking as when it crashed in a tree, she submerged it in the pool to prevent it from flying away. But they found out because you got to register these things.
Yeah.
And so they know exactly who owns it. The convicted sex offender that lives next door.
Who was spying on her with a drone through the window?
Because they can put
in the
you got
bathroom.
cameras
Yes,
on these things.
right,
So
right.
you figure out how to fly these things, and you get it
Right.
to
That's
hover
how you can
at
take
the
aerial
window.
photography. Really great, shots that way. But yes, everything can be used for malice
Yeah.
if
A
you
butter
can.
knife can be used for bad things.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
To say nothing what you could do with a spoon, Joe, if you let your imagination go.
But yeah, you can.
Yeah, that's gross.
But try to
It is.
eat soup with a butter knife.
Well, it's difficult.
Take you a really long time.
And now this is a felony. He was charged. Do I have
Felony
his name?
video voyeurism.
Felony video
Yeah.
voyeurism is a.
Yeah.
I thought it was a misdemeanor, but
No,
I
not
guess I got
anymore.
that. I guess not. I guess that's changed. Huh? And now, since she has submerged the drone in the water, will they be able to capture any images from the camera that was on the drone to use against this guy?
I'm sure.
Well, it depends on if they're being recorded. If they're being recorded and it was submerged, maybe. It depends on what part of the camera got destroyed with the water. There's these little tiny chips that go into those little cameras. And if you're running low on power, one way to conserve power and get your drone back home, because they're all electric, then what you do is you stop the live transmission, which is very power hungry, of the picture, and you just record it on the camera. Then you look at it when the drone comes back. So that's a power saving method that most of them have. I don't know what model it was that he had.
Right.
But depending on what the model is, the camera does have a chip for recording. Whether it was turned on or not, we don't know. If the guy is this kind of, as we colloquially say, creep, and he's actually doing, we have to also, I'm being reminded in my brain, you have to have a presumption of innocence here, but at the same time, if and then if they submerged it, and if the camera was in a waterproof housing, or if it was in a tight enough place with the rubber seal on that the water didn't get to that, then the chip could be removed and played on another device. And
All right.
yeah, right. So now you've got some real evidence that I wouldn't want to show in court.
Well, and what I'm thinking is,
I was thinking, I'm like, why did she destroy the evidence?
Well, no, she wanted to destroy the
The drone.
Well, yeah.
Well, she
right?
probably. Well, I'm thinking the guy. If he's filming and the drone is hovering, so he's watching as he's maneuvering the
Right.
thing. So he's probably recording back where he is as well.
Well, with some models you can, most models you can't.
Really?
You have to get a really expensive one that's going to be able to do that.
Okay.
Because
okay.
that's an aftermarket thing you put on your drone controller in order to feed it to a high quality video recorder there. Otherwise, you're just looking.
Well, then wouldn't his lawyer use as a defense? Well, there's nothing on the camera. You can't prove that he was looking at her. Can you? If the drone's
Well.
been destroyed?
That's certainly an interesting discussion point, Joe. That doesn't amuse me. I would like to think that there's enough evidence to convict the guy.
Well, you would think so, but
I would not like to think that we simply don't have enough evidence to convict the guy of doing something that creepy.
Yeah, that is super creepy.
well, if he
And then
he's,
she has to live next to him still, right?
oh yeah, they
obviously.
haven't moved.
Yeah,
And,
yeah. Ugh.
But if you're the public defender, let's say he gets a public defender, he's got to come up with he's got to come up with the best, or she's got to come up with the best defense for their client.
I'm sure they'll try their best.
And there's got to be
That's
some
where
better.
I go.
There's got to be some public defenders out there that are better than the one I saw in my last trial.
Well, I'm sure some are better than others. So okay.
That guy was. I think it would be kind to say
They have a lot of
inept.
cases. They have
Inept.
many, many, many cases.
Yeah. All right. So
Hopefully, someone will be brought to justice over
on this
this. Just because, that's weird and creepy.
I don't know.
And
if
now,
he
will
was
other people get this idea that they can do this?
Oh,
Well, I don't know.
Right?
If somebody was weird and creepy enough to do it,
They've already thought about
had
it.
the idea. Serious.
Yeah.
Oh. Ew.
Okay. Let's see. So we finally have low-speed vehicles in Rhode Island.
We've always had them.
Yes, but now they're
But
legal.
now
They're
they
called
can. Now they
bicycles.
can.
Now-
Legal.
Yeah.
bicycles. The golf carts can now go out on the roads.
Yeah. Skateboards. That's
Scooters.
a low-speed vehicle.
Scooters.
They're talking about self-propelled vehicles
Golf
that were not
carts. Yeah.
initially designed for the road surfaces.
Yep.
And
That's why they
yet,
go on golf
it
cart
is
courses.
convenient to put them on the road surface in certain situations. Now there is a legal precedent to allow them to do it without fear of reprimand from governmental authorities,
And they can only go on roads where the speed limit is 35 miles per hour or less.
which is higher than they can go in the first place.
So does that mean, do they get into the lane with the other cars, or do they move over to the right so others can go
They
around
would have
them?
to
Not their
get into the
vehicle.
lane with other cars.
Mm-hmm.
And there's already statutes in Rhode Island, if I recall, that if you are not going speed limit, you are obliged to pull over and let other people go.
But does that happen?
Well, you are obliged by statute to do that if you are not driving speed limit and other people are behind you that want to, you are obliged to pull over and let them pass.
No, that's my next question.
We'll get into. Yeah, you're supposed to get into the right lane.
Well, you're never supposed to be out of the right lane in a low-speed vehicle.
That is true, but
You're not supposed to be on a two-lane road.
oh yeah, I have been behind somebody on a 2-lane road where they were in the left lane and they were going very slowly, and other people, and I'm trying to, like,
Well,
hey,
that could
move
happen
over.
if they're turning left at the next light.
There wasn't really a
Because they can't be in the right lane and turn left.
Correct,
when the
but
light comes
if they're
on,
on a
'cause look, they're
two-lane
whacked.
highway, yeah, and then you have people passing you on the right, and you can't get around, and you're like, what do I do? No, but bicycles are also supposed to follow the traffic rules too.
That's
so,
right.
because they're a vehicle.
And it bugs me like crazy to see bicycles on sidewalks.
Oh, I
Oh.
know.
Yeah, we
no.
all did
Get
it
on-
on sidewalks. We were told to do it on sidewalks in
I
my
know, but
day
it's-
because
but it's
the
wrong.
parents wanted us to be
I know, you'd be safer.
safe.
I
You're
get it.
If I
safer on
see
the
a
sidewalk.
kid on the with a bicycle on the sidewalk, I'm
Okay.
okay with it. But an
Adults.
adult on a bicycle
Yes.
on the sidewalk,
Get
I
off the
agree with you, Joe.
sidewalk.
Yeah.
We were also taught, talking about grandpa's stories, I was also taught, although I didn't see many of my friends doing it, to stop your bike and walk your bike if you're coming upon a pedestrian.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, I
Yes.
hadn't heard that one.
You're on a pedestrian right away.
Or when you're
there
crossing the
because we
road.
want you to be safe and we don't want you to be in a road. Now, I grew up on a state highway, so there was a lot of
Yeah, that's a
you know,
little bit
stuff
different.
going on.
Yeah.
So no, they told us on the sidewalk, if there is a sidewalk. Remember, growing up in Burrillville, there wasn't always a sidewalk. So if you've got a sidewalk, use the sidewalk. If you are coming upon a pedestrian, stop, get off your bike, walk your bike past the pedestrian, get back on and go.
Wow, no, I've never heard
And also
that.
walk your bike across the street.
I've heard that one.
That's true.
But nobody ever does that.
No.
No, I have to admit to that myself.
No, usually when I come up on a pedestrian, it's like, hey, I'm on your left. Don't
That's-
step in front of my bike.
No, I've been walking and had bikes come up on me, and if they're nice, they'll say, "Coming up on your left,"
On your left,
or
on your right.
ding ding, or
Yeah.
like use a little bell or something. And some don't, and then they're like, "Hey," when you like, if you're like me and you're animated and you're talking with your arms out, like, I'm on the sidewalk. This is
Well,
a pedestrian way.
My next question for Chief Oates or someone from the police department when they're here is: have you ever pulled someone over for driving too slow? And
I'm sure they have.
I want to
yeah.
hear if they actually have.
I'm sure they have.
All right.
I would be willing to bet yes.
Okay.
I'd be willing to
Let's-
bet there's not really much that they haven't seen.
Well, probably not. All right, it's time for the break and a look at the weather forecast, which is being brought to you by Compassion International.
Mostly cloudy skies today with a high of 79. There is a 30% chance of a shower or thunderstorm this afternoon. Tonight, cloudy skies, overnight low of 68. Tuesday's weather, 70% chance of showers and thunderstorms during the day, high of 77. Tuesday night, 80% chance of more showers and thunderstorms. Wednesday's weather, 80% chance of showers and thunderstorms. South wind and a high near 77. Thursday, 40% chance of rain, partly sunny and 78. Friday, partly sunny skies and 78. Saturday, partly sunny and 80. And Sunday, mostly cloudy and 77.
Currently outside the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Ave and Kennedy Street, where we do have cloudy skies, it's humid, and 73 degrees. Drought, war, and rising food prices have devastated families in poverty. $50 provides a food kit to feed a family for a month. Just text the word radio to 97646.
You know, when you're paying the right price for protection, you just know it. It's that warm, fuzzy, totally secure feeling, knowing that you're not only getting great coverage, but you're also not paying too much for it. And when it comes to your insurance, there's no one better at getting the right price for your protection than Allstate agents Kara and Celeste Benjamin, because they know when it comes to your bank account, every penny counts towards something bigger, something better. Like a nicer car, that home update you've been dreaming of, or a phone that's fresh out of the box. Those little or big things that we work so hard for. And Kara and Celeste Benjamin want to help you work a little less by getting you the coverage you need and the savings you deserve when you switch to Allstate. Contact Kara and Celeste Benjamin at the Benjamin Agency. One agency, 2 locations in North Smithfield and Bellingham. 765-5000 for a free quote today. Allstate, you're in good hands. And you're in good hands with Kara and Celeste Benjamin at the Benjamin Agency. Savings vary based on the average annual savings reported by new auto customers surveyed in 2019 who switched to Allstate.
At the turn of this century, 27% of people who passed away were cremated. By the year 2020, that figure rose to 56%. The Cremation Association of America projects that by the year 2040, 4 out of 5 Americans will choose cremation over a casket burial. Berarducci Funeral Home and Cremation Care Center of Woonsocket can answer your questions about the cremation process. Go online to providencecremation.com. Berarducci Funeral Home and Cremation Care Center on Spring Street, Woonsocket. Let them create the perfect service for your loved one. Berarducci Funeral Home and Cremation Care Center.
Hey, it's ON Radio's Cruz and Bruce Palmer inviting you to join me for the Saturday Block Party. It's every Saturday from 4 until 7 p.m. when we fill the airwaves with the songs you want to hear. It's a party in every sense of the word, so join me live on 99.5 and 1240 a.m. or bring the show with you wherever you go at onworldwide.com.
Thanks, Bruce. It's Coffee Ann here on ON AM and FM. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callahan here with Dave Richards and Melissa Murray. And we have 24 new American citizens in the United States. They had the ceremony.
24,
with the
that's
governor. Governor Dan McKee
They
and
want
Lieutenant
them
Governor
all voting Democrat.
Sabina
don't they?
Matos welcomed 20 New England's newest citizens on Friday, the naturalization ceremony at the State House, honored 24 new Americans from 19 different countries.
Oh.
They used to do this event at McCoy Stadium. which I always thought was pretty cool before a game. And go
Oh,
to the
that
New
is
Americans
cool.
out on the field, and they
Yeah.
brought the judge down, and it was all perfectly legal that it could be done there. And they said we're transforming McCoy Stadium into basically a courthouse, so Judge so and so will now preside, and they just did the whole thing there, and
What's more American than that? Baseball
and they
game.
stayed for a game and, and
Yeah.
a hot dog,
Did they? Yeah, right.
Right.
Give them all a hot dog.
and they all got little American flags. Yay!
I like that.
And but it was always nice because they introduced everybody and said, okay, this is the country they're from, and then they all took the oath, and it was about 7 minutes. I mean, it's not a very long ceremony, depending on how many people you have.
Yeah.
And it was all done very quickly. And I said, well, this is always pretty cool. So we have 24 new Americans here in the that were sworn in on Friday. So that's nice. All right, RIPTA got new money. So the
Yes.
state doesn't have to give them any. They got $13.5 million.
Try to get away with
Give
that.
them any. Yeah, that's why.
That's what you can always come up with. Didn't the feds just give you $13 million? Why do you need more?
Oh, I'm
Because that's for out of budget expenses,
Oh,
like increasing routes.
well, 8.5's got to go towards service expansion,
There you go.
Okay.
What I say.
and then the
That's
rest
good.
rest has got to go. We got to buy hybrid electric buses, which I sure are not cheap.
And by the no, they're very
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 expensive.
very expensive. 750,000 a piece, I think. But they last 20 years.
Well, they're supposed to.
You know, unless they do a lease purchase, when then they take them for 5 years and give them to somebody else, then they got to go out and get them again.
Dave and I saw
Depends.
that one time. Dave and I were driving out to Illinois.
Yeah.
We stopped to get something to eat somewhere in Ohio.
Yeah.
At a rest stop. There was a RIPTA bus.
really.
You could see it. I mean, it had been painted over, but they left some of it on. And someone had just bought it and was using it out in Ohio as like a tour bus.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
said, "Dave,
I've seen that. I've seen that. I knew somebody who lived in a converted school bus.
Yeah?
He loved it. Yep.
That's pretty cool. That,
It was
that
pretty
people, that
cool,
people
yeah.
can do that.
They're very very cool in the wintertime because there's no insulation in those things.
Well, you drive it south.
Yes, it was in the South.
Oh, well, that's
there,
different.
There you go.
That's different.
It still does get a little chilly at night, though. It does.
sure.
Yeah. But no, it was very cool, and he had it all painted with crazy paint, and blue,
like
and
the Partridge Family bus.
not exactly
that?
like
Okay.
that. No, but
You got to
yeah.
put nervous mother driving in the back. Say, well, I know the Partridge Family.
I was in my early
That's
20s, so I
disturbing,
thought it was.
John.
I thought it was
It is,
super
isn't it?
cool.
I'll tell
yeah.
you that.
It's incredibly disturbing. You know what bugged me about the Partridge Family?
What bugged you
This
about
bugged
the
me
Partridge?
most.
We've been-
Which
We've
one
been wanting you to
thing?
tell us this all day, Joe. What bugged you about the
All right.
Partridge Family?
There was an episode where a skunk got on the bus. All right, and they were all on the bus, the whole family.
Okay.
So of course,
That's a big jump for a skunk.
I know, but they were going for comic relief here.
Right,
They're
I know, I
going
get
for,
it,
Going for
right.
the joke. So anyway, the skunk sprays the entire bus, so they all get sprayed. So, and all it's all their clothes have to come off to get washed. So now they're passing out towels for everybody. Now this is the down front, in front of the camera, is David Cassidy and Danny Bonaducci wearing basically one towel around their waist, bare
Both
chested.
of them are wearing the same towel.
No, they each got their own.
All right.
But they're down front and center to the camera, telling jokes and la la la, whatever. But they're only wearing one towel just around their waist. Okay, where is Susan Day?
Got me.
Way in the back.
Yeah.
As far back you go, she's wearing about 20 towels. She is covered head to toe.
Okay.
You can see her arm. I go, this is sexist.
Well, wait a
How
minute.
come?
Joe.
How come she's not a little more down front?
Well,
They basically hid her for the entire show.
Yeah.
that may well.
I understand this is the
maybe
early
she didn't-
70s.
Maybe she didn't have any dialogue,
And she
maybe
didn't.
the actress was very
May-
concerned about doing it on.
Maybe she didn't want to do it right. Maybe.
and maybe ABC was very concerned about exploitation claims.
well,
and
what
things
about the
like
other
that.
girls?
Shirley Jones was she had a couple of towels on, but she was basically hidden behind. It was Susan Day. Who played the keyboards?
Susan played the keyboard.
What did Shirley Jones play? She played
She
keyboards.
sang tambourine.
But she was kind of in the back too, but she was covered up, and the other was just a little girl that played the tambourines. So they were kind of off to the side. But I understand. Danny Partridge, Keith. No, not Danny. Keith. what's his name?
Keith Partridge, David Cassidy.
David Cassidy was the star, and
Yes.
he was the big sex symbol for the show,
Yeah,
and all
he
the girls loved him, which I understand why he was down front, not wearing a shirt for the most of the show. I got it, but as you know, the 11, 12-year-old boy, I'm like, was Lori? What?
Okay.
Oh, there she is.
Covered in towels.
Oh, covered. It was just all right. There's my Partridge Family story. Anyway,
Are you
And the
scarred
kid
from
from
that
Cumberland
experience?
cries foul.
I should have wrote a letter. That's right. Was I scarred for life? No, not really scarred for life. All right.
But you won't. You just still
I
won't
do,
let it go.
I do
You
remember
still
that.
Won't let
I
it
still
go.
won't let
Yeah.
it go. Still
Yeah.
remember that. Go. This
Sorry.
does seems terribly unfair. All right. Several brands of frozen food sold in Massachusetts have been recalled. Aldi's, Trader Joe's, and Target stores due to possible listeria contamination. Listeria. Okay. Specific information about the recalled products available online. They won't even tell you. They don't even tell you
What
fruit's
kind of
recalled?
food it is?
Oh, what a terrible story. No, they want you to go online to FDA.gov to find out which brands of frozen food has been
Because
recalled.
that's a lot of stores, and I shop at two
Yeah.
of those stores.
Do you buy frozen fruit?
Oh no, I don't buy frozen fruit.
Oh, well, then you're all set.
Oh, okay, all right,
it's
frozen
just
fruit.
it's just frozen fruit. I don't know.
I didn't care much for that news story the way
Yeah,
they wrote
it's-
it.
it's
They just
not-
refer
well,
everybody to a website
yeah,
and
go
not
s-
give you any information like
Yeah.
what kind of, what brand.
Is it frozen
None
blueberries?
Of that stuff.
What, is it frozen bananas? And,
Right.
yeah,
They
and
They say,
what,
oh,
what
you
brand?
got to go to the web now and figure it out because
on
we're not
your
going
own.
to tell you. We're just going to tell you that you might be in danger.
I almost bought frozen fruit yesterday at Aldi, but I didn't
Okay.
because summer's coming up and you can like make slush. Yeah, I mean
Make desserts out of it. You can make
anything,
drinks out
right?
of it.
And then I have fruit every morning, so.
Mm-hmm.
But I got blueberries instead, fresh.
We have I have a real big problem with sometimes with what our contracted news services and
Oh yeah, it's a weak
stuff
it's,
like
it's
that.
a weak story. Yeah.
Yeah, it is because that has all the charm of warning somebody, look out when they're crossing the street in a crosswalk, saying look out, but don't tell them which way to
Which
look.
way?
Yeah.
Heads up, everybody.
So
We're
now
going
it's
to
up
give
to
you,
you.
yeah.
Now it's up to you to stop, which puts you in more danger because you're no longer moving out of danger, and you look around to see which way and what is actually what they're telling you to look out for, and then you have to assess the danger. A lot of time is wasted.
Yeah, is it a bus coming or is there a piano falling out of
Right.
the sky?
It's like, this fruit is very dangerous and you could get seriously ill from it.
Yeah.
More at 11. That's basically what we just did.
That's got all the charm of those YouTube ads on the internet. It's you're
Click here,
dying,
click
and
here.
we're going to tell you a new, never before medical breakthrough from Okatunga will keep you healthy, and otherwise you're going to die a horrible death. And you just keep on talking, and the studies are just incredible. They just keep on talking and talking and talking,
never tell you.
and never tell you what it is.
Ask your doctor about. ...
All right, up in Massachusetts, Senator Ed Markey.
Him again?
We need another federal investigation.
Yeah, that's right. Well,
we
he
need-
gets bored down there. Nobody wants to talk to him. Nobody likes him.
We got to look into the risks of artificial intelligence. Dun dun dun. It's the
you
new
know,
thing. Yes.
Well, it's kind of scary, honestly.
He wants an assessment of the rapidly emerging technology. He told Congress Congress needs a better understanding of AI if there's a move to implement rules and regulations
We don't worry much about that in my house
of AI.
because we know some of the first targets of this stuff is going to be elected officials,
Oh, gosh.
impersonations.
well, yeah.
Well,
Stuff
yeah,
like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's
The first targets
wild.
are going to be people who are in the public eye, like elected officials. So I worry not. The overreaction will come really soon. And they'll make it as illegal as driving 30 miles an hour down Clinton Street. And people will still do it.
Yes, they will. But no, AI is a scary technology.
Well, how come they just don't do it? I've read the history books and just Congress went to the film industry and said, if you don't clean yourself up, we're going to do it for you. And so the film industry cleaned itself up, came out with the rating system and all that. So
Yep.
why don't we just AI? If you don't watch yourself, we're going to come in and do you want us to come in and do it? No.
I mean, artificial intelligence can actually write, like legislative briefs
Yeah.
and do work for lawyers.
The lawyers,
yeah.
yeah.
And didn't we talk about that
Yeah, some guy
a
in
week
Texas,
ago?
yeah.
Right, who said, look, if you're going to use AI, you need to have an actual person review it
Yeah.
to make sure
It's
that
correct.
that it's correct. That's frightening because most people are lazy. I mean,
Yeah, it's fine.
what if I put out a press release that was written by AI? I don't
Well,
know what's gonna
I'm
be
thinking,
in there.
I'm thinking senators and Congress people on the federal level who
Might
have
think,
that.
might
to
think,
their
oh yeah,
underlings, get out a press release on this, and here's my
yeah. I want a press
my
release
quote.
in 10 minutes.
go write it, and they'll just go pull it up. Okay,
Yeah, right.
it's certainly possible.
Who knows what can sneak in there?
Yeah, it's
Oh, I never
Crazy.
said that. Oh, no,
Yeah, yeah.
no, you'll also get. I never
you
said
did.
that. That press release was generated by AI.
Well,
Those
that's
weren't
that-
my real words.
well, that's
yeah,
I mean,
right.
that's no excuse.
No, it's not. But I can just imagine that coming too.
Okay. All right, we'll take a quick little break here on Coffee and once again, but more is coming up. Comments, questions, call them in at 766-1240.
Lead can be poisonous, especially to children. That's why Rhode Island has a renovation, repair, and painting rule. If you're a homeowner and you're planning any work that could disturb lead paint, you must protect your family or tenants by hiring a licensed lead renovation firm to correct lead paint hazards. And if you're a skilled tradesman, you must be specially trained and licensed to work on any projects that could disturb lead paint. Learn more at health.ri.gov/RRP. A message from the Rhode Island Department of Health and Rhode Island Broadcasters Association.
Hello, this is Manny Brando. I hope you will listen to us each Sunday morning at 8:30. I will sing your favorite songs, and my wife Virginia will organize everything.
That's right, Manny. It's the Manny and Virginia Show every Sunday morning at 8:30 on ON, AM, and FM radio.
You can depend on us for public service. ON Radio.
All right, it's Coffee and here on ON, AM, and FM. Thanks for joining us. This is Joe Callahan here with Dave Richards and Melissa Murray. Take a look at some of the crazier things going on in the news.
Ask me a hard
stories.
question, Joe.
Dave, if you were a student at Stanford
What's the
University...
principal ingredient in pot? What?
THC, right?
No. There was something that you said was a hard question. There was a dish.
Oh, yeah. But it was the main. What's the main ingredient in pond something? And the main ingredient's olives. I don't remember what the
Yeah.
dish was.
See, but I knew that because you told me that this morning. So ask me the tough question.
What's the main ingredient in pond something?
Olives.
Olives is
something.
absolutely right. Very good, Dave. That's right up there with what is
Not that olive.
What is Betty Rubble's maiden name? Talk about tough questions.
Oh. I have no idea.
Never considered it, huh?
I never. That's not something I would ever consider.
Do you know Wilma's maiden name? I know that one.
No.
Betty's is McBricker.
McBricker.
Yeah, and Wilma's is Flag Hoople.
Wait, what?
Yep, flag hoople.
Go look it up.
What are the,
Why do I know this? I don't know.
Okay, also why do you know that?
Just things you
those
remember.
don't make any sense. I was like something stone,
Oh,
rock.
McBricker.
Well, I guess
Bricks are
so.
rocks. Flags, and there are flagstones.
Okay.
The Flintstones were originally going to be called the Flagstones. Did you know that?
Oh, I didn't know
There's
that.
another little trivia question.
The Flagstones.
Flagstones. A good,
Yeah, I don't
Everybody
like it.
understood flagstone, though.
Yeah.
I
like
Flintstone
better.
made it.
Right. Okay.
All right. Well, if you're a student at Stanford University, you're the lucky ones, because you can soon take a new course on Taylor Swift. How great will this be?
How
Yes,
many
you
credits,
can.
Joe? How many credits?
Probably just one.
Quarter credit.
I'm
yeah.
thinking just one. But anyway, starting this winter, the course All Too Well, 10-week version. Is that a Taylor Swift song? All Too Well.
I assume so.
Okay. We'll offer an in-depth analysis of the singer's newest album. Okay, maybe that's a new album. In-depth. Ava Jeffs is an upcoming sophomore at Stanford and is the course's instructor. A student is going to teach the class, and they're only a sophomore?
Money well spent.
What is going on at Stanford?
Money well spent.
She says one of the lessons that will be covered highlights the concept of Swift's musical errors. Jeffs will teach the class on Thursday afternoons. which leads me to believe it's a 1-credit course. It's
Yeah,
only meeting once
right.
a week. The class is part of a group of courses taught by the university's students and alumni. Maybe you don't even get credit for it.
Maybe it's just for fun.
Maybe it is just for fun. It doesn't say you get any credits for it, but
Yeah, I might take it for fun, but I probably am too busy to do that.
an in-depth analysis of
But
Taylor
if you're,
Swift.
paying tuition or you're a parent paying tuition, Stanford, I don't think I'd want my child taking a course in Taylor Swift if I had to pay
I
for
know,
it. If I had to pay for it.
I mean, people used to laugh at me when I took my 1-credit courses in volleyball, tennis, golf, CPR. That was another
Okay,
one.
that's valuable.
CPR was valuable. that helped a lot.
Tennis.
Skiing. I got my 1-credit course in skiing.
Okay.
This was fun.
Wow. All right.
That's how I stayed a full-time student. You had to have 13 or more credits
That's right. Yeah.
per semester, and
Yeah.
I always took four 3-credit classes, 12.
Mm-hmm. And then
All right,
one.
one, and that kept me a full-time student, which also meant I graduated in 5 years instead of 4.
Right.
But I got
A lot of people do.
well, right, and got an A in all those courses. All you had to really do was show up.
Right.
You got.
I did take
got
a
an
film history course as a
Oh, I did too.
extra
I
credit.
took-
Yeah.
Oh no, I
Just
got a 3-credit course.
because I just needed like
film.
something in, that department,
Yeah.
the arts, right? So it was okay. It was
I don't know if you heard
Pretty
this
fun.
story. Dave and I heard it last week. An Indiana branch of the conservative and some say extremist group Moms for Liberty, is apologizing for quoting Adolf Hitler on the front of their newsletter.
yeah.
All right, did
Good.
you hear about
No,
this?
I think we talked about this.
The newsletter put out by the Hamilton County branch in Hamilton, Indiana, quoted Hitler from a 1935 rally, and he said, quote, "He alone who owns the youth gains the future," unquote. That's what they used on the front of the newsletter. Now, if you're not a student of history, you would never know that came from Hitler.
Well,
Right.
yeah.
But in these days of intolerance,
So the group, and by the way, this group pushes for book bans and the elimination of LGBTQ rights and race in school curriculums. This is a fun group.
Oh yeah, sounds like a blast.
Initially said the quote was a warning about protecting kids from the government outreach. But there was a backlash, and the group's chairwoman issued a statement last week condemning Hitler and apologized for using the quote.
So the backlash
This
was
is-
just over the use
That
of
we
the
used it.
quote and
Yeah.
not over their entire agenda.
Oh no,
I mean,
they like
when
their
you start,
agenda.
I'm sure they like their agenda, but when you start banning books and eliminating people, it seems
their rights.
not unusual that you would accidentally quote Hitler.
This comes back to AI. Someone go find me a quote that we can use and put on the front of the newsletter that's got
Yeah,
that's got youth
right,
in
that's
it
what
or,
I'm-
or whatever. And so someone probably went and found this.
Yeah.
Getting a spam call from Buzzards Bay, by the way. So
cool. Say hi for me.
Hi to Buzzards Bay. But we're sorry we used Hitler in the quote. We didn't realize
Sorry.
it was him. So,
Oops. No,
sorry.
that not okay.
Did you hear that? Over 7 million Baby Shark bath toys had to be recalled?
Oh.
7 million little plastic sharks.
Yeah.
The Consumer Product Safety Commission announced the Pink Frog brand Baby Shark Sing and Swim bath toys have hard plastic top fins that pose a risk of impalement.
Oh my
Wow.
goodness.
Lacerations and punctures. The manufacturing company has received 12 reports of kids being injured by falling or sitting on the full-size bath toys. I think I'm bleeding. There are around 7.5 million units currently on the market. Wow.
Baby shark.
Look out for the pink frog.
Okay.
Newer editions of the toy that feature softer silicone top fins are not being recalled. So.
Okay. Well, hopefully they can trade their shark in, although that may be traumatic.
Well, it doesn't say there were 7 million out with the public. They're
Yeah,
just in the
right,
stores.
just- yep,
So
yep.
your Walmarts, your Targets, what
Wherever.
other stores?
wherever children's toys are sold.
Is Babies R Us still a toy? I know Toys R Us is kind of reopened.
Yeah,
In some
I don't
places.
know. I
It's
haven't
all those places.
not in that market, so I don't pay attention to those things.
Kohl's
but
sells toys. They
everything
might,
everywhere
they,
sells toys.
Yeah,
Department
so-
stores sell toys, but
yeah,
as soon
grocery
as
stores.
as soon as
You're
you said
right.
Baby Shark, I was just like, oh, now I'm gonna be having that in my head all day.
The song?
Yes. That was something that I forced my brain to forget, and now it's gonna be
And now it's there.
it's gonna be an earworm, as I call it.
All right.
What is earworm?
When you get a song stuck in your head, they call it an
Oh,
earworm.
is that what they call that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know there was a word for it now.
I kind of like that term, but I don't
Earworm?
like having it happen to me.
Drives you- and it was probably because I remember science fiction stories in the 60s where there was some sort of tropical little worm. They would place it in your ear and it would just eat
Burrow
its
in.
way into the brain stem and drive you crazy.
Right.
So that's
An
probably
earworm.
why they
Yep.
call it
when you get a song
earworm.
stuck in your head and you
And
just
it drives you
can't
crazy.
get it out of your head.
Yeah, okay.
But what if you like the song that's stuck in your head?
But it usually, well, okay, then I think you don't really mind. But
Well, no, you don't.
They say, I hate it when people say that. I have read that online that the best thing to do when you have an earworm is to listen to the song in its entirety, because it's usually a part of the song that gets stuck in your head and repeats and repeats. And if you listen to the whole song in its entirety, it'll help you stop that.
All right.
It just happens.
It's like if you get the Barney song stuck in your head, right?
Oh, no.
There you go. There's another one.
Oh, thanks.
Call it Real World Fake Mars. A hangar at the Johnson Space Center is the setting as 4 non-astronauts began a 1-year residency Sunday in a setting that's designed to simulate life on Mars.
Yeah.
All right. NASA says the goal is to examine the potentially physical and mental effects of arriving on and then living on the red planet for at least a year. The crew of 2 men and 2 women were selected among applicants NASA recruited when the experiment was first announced 2 years ago. Now, how can they simulate the gravitational pull of Mars at the Johnson Space Center?
I'm not sure.
And is it the same as is Mars? the same
Are
as
they
Earth?
making it into a reality show? Because that sounds
not a-
like
it's not a reality
I know
show.
it sounds like a reality show.
Nope. Just,
Capitalize on everything.
just the NASA people are going to watch them. Not
Thrilling.
Not us. Not us.
I'm glad
real
that's
folk.
not my job.
But they've science. Does Mars have the same gravitational pull as the U.S. As the U.S. as Earth, or similar?
No.
Is it stronger or more?
Less.
It's
Smaller
less?
planet, less gravity.
I thought it was about the same size as us. okay.
No, I think it's smaller.
No,
Okay.
no.
Mars.
No.
So how would they do
Give
that?
me
How
a break. If you're going to start, qualifying things like, well, is it perfectly the same size or is it a little? It's a little smaller.
Yeah.
Well, if we're going to simulate life, we should be
I
simulating
mean,
the
when
gravitational
life
pull.
left Mars and went for a better place, let's get something with a little bit more room. So they went to Earth.
No, they
If you
just-
go to Saturn or Jupiter,
You can't stand on those.
that's
planets.
right, you can't stand because your bones will break because you weigh too much.
Okay. Well, I hope they survive. I think it's
Yeah.
one of those deals where you go underground and you don't come back out unless you go nuts.
Right.
You go crazy. We got to go get
Oh
you.
my goodness! Right? Are they compensated for this?
well,
you
they're-
would think so.
Don't
yeah.
worry, in another 200 years they will be.
yeah.
I think I've seen Twilight Zone episodes like this where,
Yeah,
where
right.
they've done this and the person just goes mad. They go
Yeah.
mad. They lasted a good 2 months. That
Or
was
something
it.
happens to their face where they look in the mirror and they're like,
Yeah.
like a big prosthetic.
Yeah.
I loved those episodes.
12 people were hospitalized over the weekend after a public pool in Texas was over-chlorinated. People say the exposure happened Saturday afternoon at a Lazy River swimming pool in Houston. 7 children and multiple adults were hospitalized. Wow, that's a lot of chlorine.
That's a lot of chlorine.
For an over-chlorinization in the pool. Chlorination. An investigation into how the pool became over-chlorinated is ongoing. While the patient's exact conditions are unknown, common side effects from chlorine overexposure can include burning in the eyes, nose, and throat, in case you decide to swallow some of the water. Which
Say nothing of what your skin does.
yeah.
it's going to burn, isn't it?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it would burn.
Ouch. Okay. I was always told when we had a swimming pool growing up, it's okay to throw chlorine into the pool. You can't throw water into the chlorine. or it's going to
Oh,
explode.
boy.
So don't do that.
Don't do that.
And we never did. We were good kids.
You're a good kid.
That's right. All right. We thank you for joining us today on the Coffee and Program. We've run out of time, so
Is it over already?
we have to move along. Yes, we do. So, Melissa Murray, thanks for coming in.
Thank you, Joe, and thank you for the earworm.
You're welcome. And be watchful of the drones outside your home.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
And the power's back on Summer
And the
Street,
power's
just
back
like
on.
they promised.
Excellent. Very
Yeah.
good. Thanks to the power company. All right, Dave Richards, thanks for coming in.
Pleasure being with you guys today. Have a pleasant day. We'll see you out at Crystal Lake at the Blackstone Valley Tourism Council's golf tournament.
All right, good luck with that. I'm Joe Callahan. Have a great day, everyone. Remember, Tiki Bar is coming up tonight at 6. Coming up right after the news, we've got At the Library with Leslie Page and Food First with Karen Zangari next on ON Radio.
Broadcasting live and local daily from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street. This is WOON Woonsocket Radio. And now, the news. New U.S.